In a strange video, Chicago police appeared to attack a black woman walking her dog. She screams for help as bystanders capture the scene on video in the Lincoln Park neighborhood. The officer, after holding down the woman amidst her distress, appears to let her go after a physically tolling confrontation for the victim. Just an incredibly off-putting video showing how Chicago police conduct business with the people they're supposed to protect. Why did he attack this woman? Why, in the aftermath, does he simply walk away like nothing happened? It is bizarre, but also shows what occurs when the cameras are not rolling. Keenan Salter, Nikita Brown's attorney, said for some reason this officer decided to specifically interact and then ultimately address and attack Ms. Brown. Lawyers for Brown said that she was walking her dog early Saturday morning in Lincoln Park near the lakefront. The lawyers said the park was already closed. Video shows the officer walking up to Brown and getting close to her in spite of her requests that he stay away because of COVID. He tells her that since he is outside, he doesn't need to wear a mask, which is just another brilliant act of stupidity. Brown recorded the officer with her phone as she tried to leave, but the officer attacked her, according to her attorney's office. Video shows Brown walking away from the officer as he walked after her, waving his arms at her. At one point, Brown stops walking and appears to be using her phone. The officer tries to grab the phone from her hands and then grabs Brown's arms as she screams for him to let go and tries to get away. He wraps his arms around her and holds her. Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot said she is deeply concerned and aware of the video. Here's the problem. Back in February, Lightfoot spent $281.5 million on federal COVID-19 relief funds to cover Chicago Police Department payroll costs instead of, badly needed housing, healthcare, and business lifelines to struggling residents. Point being, you know where she stands. Salter, who is also representing Anjanette Young, the woman whose home police wrongfully raided, said the police department hasn't given Brown a copy of her police report and his office needs help identifying the officer. This was an obvious case of racial profiling, Salter's office said in a news release. Ms. Brown is suffering from emotional trauma as a result of this brutal, unprovoked, and unlawful attack by the Chicago Police Department officer. There were other people walking in the park when the officer chose to stop Brown, including a group of 4 white people she saw behind her, according to Salter's office. Brown returned home and called 911. She filed a report with a sergeant from the 18th District, though attorneys said Brown hasn't received a copy. Brown's attorney contends that she immediately went home, dialed 911, and a sergeant came to her home and took a police report. Her attorneys also argue that from Brown's initial engagement with the officer at the park, she advised him she and her dog were leaving.